14.6 million people watched the Auburn-Florida game. 16 million watched the Duke game. 15.8, and that number will go up when other stuff comes in. Strong viewership, best since 2017 for the Final Four in San Antone.
Our guy, Ron Slay, is still in San Antone. He was there Saturday night. He is there now. You'll see him on the SEC Network. Follow him on social media at the Ron Slay. What is up, my friend? How are you today?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. Thanks a lot. Well, let's just do them in order. We'll start with Auburn and Florida. We've talked a lot in this show, Slay, about the two different Auburn teams. They were a different team in the second half. Broome kind of disappeared. They started turning the ball over a lot. What happened? What happened at halftime?
Man, I thought, man, coming into that game, coming into the second half. First of all, let's start. Coming into the game, I thought they did a great job of attacking. Broome came out, being Janai Broome. They were able to get the ball to him in spots. They were controlling the boards. The one-on-one play was there. They were controlling the pace more so than anything. We came out at halftime, and I was sitting there talking to Damian Fishback, and I was asking him, like, he was like, man, what you think needs to happen? I said, man, first of all, Walter Clayton Jr. need to get more shots. He was like, man, he got 14. I'm like, that ain't enough, man. This man is playing so efficient, and he's playing at his own pace. And Florida got to pick the pace up of the game. I thought that would bode well for them, with the depth and everything that they have. So they were able to come out, do that, go on an 11-0 run, set the tone. I thought they did a great job as far as the guards of pressuring Auburn's guards and not letting them get those comfortable touches to Broome. Broome was catching the ball almost from the mid-post out to the three-point line and having to back down. They were doing a good job of being physical with them. Chinaloo was a great equalizer. When they ran the pick and roll, sometimes they were getting caught in cross matches where Janai Broome was up there. He was stringing it out long enough. They were giving it to Thomas Houck, and he was making the right play, whether that was driving, going back with a handoff, or knocking down a big-time three. So that opened it up for Walter Clayton Jr. And then when you just talk about Walter Clayton Jr., man, I don't know what you do. Like Auburn was playing good defense. Like, I'll take that defense 10 times out of 10, the way Miles Kelly and them was doing, Chad Baker-Mazar getting a hand up on the shot. He's not seeing defenders right now. And I think that was one of it. The momentum started going, and once the momentum started going, the best player on the floor was Walter Clayton Jr. He showed it by closing the game on out.
I've heard Kemba Walker. I brought up Darren Williams, the former guard for Illinois. I do see some Steph Curry. I know it's hard to call one of these 22-year-olds a Steph Curry, but, his ability to create his own shots, some of the shots, the degree of difficulty. But let me ask you, they list him at 6'3". You've seen him on the court. How big is Walter Clayton Jr.?
Man, he looked every bit of 6'3",
okay.
6'3.5" to me. And it's a solid 6'3.5". It's not the stringy, long, athletic type. It's well put together, body proportion the right way. And you can see it when he's getting these shots. A lot of times he's elevating high. He's elevating just enough. But the thing is, the way he squares his shoulders in the air, that's hard. That's hard to defend, man, because you're running as a defender, catching up a lot of the times, and him stopping on a dime, unorthodox, like feet pointing away from the rim. But when he jumps, he elevates and squares, and you're not there. Even when you're there, you're not there. He's in a zone like no other. I've related to something like Carmelo Anthony, what he was able to do when it was just like he's not seeing defenders. It was like just playing one-on-one. You're doing workout drills. You're jabbing, getting to your spot, raising up. And that's what it looks like he's doing. So, that's you tip your cap to Auburn. That a phenomenal season. Run up against anybody else. And I think you handle business the way you're supposed to. You just ran up against a guy that was hotter and a team that was hotter.
Most of the time, and I've done this a long time, I talk to coaches after a season like this, and when they lose, especially when they led at the half, coaches sometimes second guess themselves. And Barkley hinted afterwards that he thought maybe Bruce holding them back, trying not to get into the pace game, maybe impacted them there early in the second half. Do you think there's anything BP would second guess himself on in this game as he sits on the lake this summer?
Man, that's always hard to do, man. Bruce has been in these predicaments. He's been in these spots. He's been in high caliber situations where he's got to make calls and not made them, and it's worked out, and made them and it's not worked. So I mean, it's always hindsight. You can speak on it, but one thing I think I would have loved for him to do is maybe call a timeout instead of he has. But that's the part you play when you have an experienced bunch, and they're always able to work through. Auburn never feels like they're out of the game because of the experience that they have and the way they share the ball and the way they can lock in on defense and the runs that they go on. So you calling a timeout trying to stop it may stop your run that's probably going to come at some point. But man, not on this stage, man. I can't get it to the coach. I just thought, man, you were out executed by one guy. Like Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah,
that's the answer. When he come back and talk about this great team,
he is him.
Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah.
Ron Slay is with us, SEC Network and ESPN at the Ron Slay on social media, and he will be there tonight for Florida and Houston. Houston is the other half of that game because of a meltdown like we rarely see on this stage, Slay, and we never see it by a team like Duke. I mean, that was on TV remarkable to watch. I cannot imagine you standing in the Alamo Dome watching that unfold in front of you.
In person, it was unimaginable. Like you, at some point, you're like, okay, they're gonna get this together. But I think, man, John Shire, I've been hearing people talk about the coaching meltdown. To me, it wasn't. Like you can't go out there and play for them. You can't go out there and make the plays. You can't go out there and make the free throws. You can't make them go out there and be strong with the ball. You can't do any of that. That right there, man, was sheer will, fire and desire. If you want to take from the great Rick James and Tina Marie, that was fire and desire right there. What they had going on with Houston. And I'm gonna tell you, man, walking into that matchup, it's you look at those guys practicing. And I told Fishback, I picked Duke coming into that game. And when we got an opportunity on Friday to watch Houston practice, man, listen here. I don't know if you've seen the clips or watched videos or in person seen when these tactical teams or police force, they train the K9s or the dogs. Man, that is something to marvel at. When Houston ran on the floor, you could see in their eyes, everything was piercing to everything that Coach Sampson said. I mean, he had their attention. He didn't have to raise his voice. The guys were echoing what he was saying. And this ain't only for the players. This was the assistant coaches like Hollis Price. All these guys, man, they were running away. They have just broke the huddle. And one of the guys was running to the corner to get to his spot. And Kevin Sampson lightly said, hey, y'all, come here real quick. Just like this, in this loud gym with all these fans, hey, y'all, come here real quick. And Sharp didn't hear him. Jawan Roberts snapped so fast. Hey, man, get over here. And he turned about face and sprinted to the other. I was like, wow. We haven't seen this from Auburn, from Florida, or from Duke. Everybody has their way they go about it, and it works for them. But this was impressive. They were locked in. And I told Fishback, as soon as I said that, I said, man, somehow I ain't know it was going to happen like this. Like, I ain't Slastradamus like this. But he had those guys zeroed in, and we knew they were going to beat Duke.
Slay, I said it earlier. I never even considered Duke losing the game until Tyrese Proctor with 20 seconds misses the front end of the 1-and-1 and then the very controversial call. But even after they go down and they hit both shots of the 1-and-1 and take the 1-point lead, Shire takes the timeout. I thought Cooper Fly got an incredible look. And I don't know how he missed that shot. Like I said earlier, I think he probably makes it 75-80% of the time.
We talked about it on this show over and over and over, saying it repeatedly. It's difficult. That's why it's so astonishing when a guy like a freshman can lead a team to a national championship. At some point, experience kicks in. We saw it against Kansas. We saw it against Kentucky. We saw when they went on the neutral site. When they went on the road game against Clemson. At some point, it falters. And there's nothing you can do about that. You learn from experience. If he were to come back next year, I could guarantee it would be at least 4 or 5 game winners. It would be pound the chest moments because that's the way Cooper Flag is built. But he's never been through it before. Houston stays in it. That's the part of it that you cannot manufacture. There's no coaching that can get you ready for that. Hell yeah, he got a good shot up. But Juwan Roberts, man, that extension right there just made him blink. Just like we're talking about Walter Clayton, not seeing defenders. Believe me, Cooper Flag saw everything of Juwan Roberts and still got the shot he wanted. And that's all you needed was that little bit of miss right there. And it happened.
Everybody says that Indianapolis and San Antonio are two of the best places to host the Final Four. For a guy that dropped Rick James and Tina Marie's Fire and Desire on us here, have you enjoyed the city? Is it a fun place for a Final Four?
Jim, let me tell you this, man. Hey, man, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, depths of my soul. San Antonio, I'll never be back. If it's not an event like this in San Antonio, I'll never be back. Man, the thing that made it the greatest was all the fans arriving and the fanfare and the camaraderie and the fans going back and forth, everybody running through the streets, high-fiving, seeing teams deflated after losses. But other than that, no.
Not your town.
I mean, I did not. I didn't tell him in the break, Slay, because I didn't know if you would want to talk about this. The text he sent me last night, the most boring city I've ever been in to be holding an event of this magnitude.
Oh, wow.
Trash. Tell him what I put out today.
He put trash. He did a little trash can.
The trash basket. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, the people are nice. All of that is cool. Man, this not the city to host this event. I understand it boosts the economy for sure. I love that for them, but other than that, we got to be able to find another city, man. We got to.
Coming to Nashville soon. I'm projecting.
Please
build that dome.
I'm projecting they're about to announce 2032 through 2036, and I'm telling you, Nashville will have one of these.
You don't think they'll need to see the finished construction first?
They're going to announce it before the dome is built, 2032 through 36. They will get one of these Final Fours. Mark it down.
Well, the city is ready and we'll be buzzing. And I'm telling you right now, as soon as it's announced, I'm going to pick out a venue and I'm hosting something. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. Cigars and bourbon night or a sleigh ride night with the stories, and it's going to be something.
I like that. Christmas in March, sleigh ride. I like it.
Slay and Joe, who lifts the trophy tonight? Who you picking?
Man, I'm going to tell you this, man. I see that focus that Houston has. Kevin Sampson's doing a terrific job of being able to get guys focused and play the way they are. And, man, together as a defensive unit, they're different. They're different. You got a guy that's been there, won a championship, when he was with Baylor. But listen to him, man. Believe what your eyes are showing you. Believe what your eyes are showing you. We walked into this saying this is the hottest team in the country, going into the SEC tournament and going into the NCAA tournament. And on top of that, they've been able to keep this young man in the oven baked on 375, Walter Clayton Jr. It's the hottest team, the hottest coach, the hottest player. Believe what your eyes are showing you. Throw all analytics out the window. Florida Gators 71-76. Ain't no question about it.
So the SEC has not won a national championship since Kentucky in 2012. This was the year of the SEC when it comes to college basketball. How important is it for the SEC to win this championship to solidify this incredible year?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge, man. You got to be able to go and finish the deal. And then I think who you're doing it against. Even though Houston is just now getting to the Big 12, if they were to go and win this, the Big 12 sitting there beating their chest like, oh, that's good what you're doing in the regular season and the strength of schedules and the conference and all that. That's beautiful to watch, but we always find a way to go get it done. So this right here, the turning of the guard, man, Talk about the Alamo being out there. They got one volunteer left down here, and that's me. I'm going like David Crockett, baby. I'm defending the SEC. Let's go, Florida.
Oh, great stuff, Slay. Enjoy the game, buddy. Safe travels back home.
It's so historically perfect.
I know.
Was amazing.
The one volunteer. That was great.
No, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. See you, my man. Thank you.
All right.
Amazing.
All right, that is Ron Slay on the Shannara Hotline. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys Hotline brought you the great Ron Slay. Always fun talking to you.